It's already started, and I already wanted to end. Like this, lateness is greatness. Apologies for the late entrance, peeps. Just to show you, I just want to show you guys something. So this was Friday. Thought I would have calmed down, but I didn't. Have a look.
Here we go.
Hier sy goal.
Ai, era sis.
What the voice team?
Sis, go.
Yeah, on their phones, Arsenal. I thought you were the greatest team.
So on that note, cue that intro. Let's go. What's going on, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. It's our first Matchday review. Hope you all are well. Again, my apologies for being late. Like they say, lateness is greatness. Had a bit of technical glitches just like Arsenal. But you know what? Let's dive into it and allow me to introduce my guests. Of course, without further ado, a man who I have to bring on first because he won the first, I would say, and in my regulars, he's the first one to win a trophy this season. And his blue Juggernaut keeps rolling on. So without further ado, Master P, how's it going, my bro?
Hey, I'm all right, Davey. Thanks for having me. You know, another podcast, another trophy in Chelsea's cabinet. I mean, I'm a happy man. You know how it is.
Lovely, my guy. I know we wanted to have this pod last week, but you know what? We can always catch up on it. And nothing has changed. You're still smiling, so that's good to see, my guy.
Exactly. The winning continues, bro. No complaints.
Lovely stuff. And of course, a man who must be smiling. They had a bit of an indifferent season last year. But of course, Big Verge is back. Jota's firing on all cylinders. We'll divulge into it. But allow me to welcome Peester. How's it going, my brother?
How's it, guys? Good. Your side?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I see you got a smile on your face, eh?
Nah, I have to. But I can't say the same for you, but we're happy in the Liverpool camp for now.
Yeah, you know what? It's therapeutic. It's just a pity I'm going to be surrounded by a whole lot of smiling faces, but I'm going to try and feed off your positive energy, my brother. Speaking of smiles, the man with the biggest smile, and of course with his team smashing in 5 over the weekend, none other coming in like Rafael Varane. Benny B, how's it going, my guy?
I'm great, son. I'm great. I've been on cloud 9 since Saturday, as you know, as you can understand. So I'm all good to go, but I'm all good to go.
Lovely stuff. Look, I must admit, you guys look the part, but we'll divulge into it later as time goes by. Good evening to those of you in the chat box. You know what to do. Like the thing, share the thing, subscribe to the thing, and you know what to do with Soundcore Studios. This video is proudly sponsored by Soundcore Studios. Any up-and-coming artists, be sure to give them a like, check them out, and reach out to them. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's divulge into it. Where do we start? There's only one place to start. I figured this time I'm going to have a bit of structure, and I'm going to go according to the way the Premier League began. And it's only fitting that we can only start at one place. This is like going to the dentist. My mother actually asked me earlier, are you excited for tonight? I said, no, it's like going to the dentist. I just want to get it over and done with. So, and how fitting trust another special guest to jump on out of nowhere. Royal Rumble settings. Jigger, my guy, how's things?
I thought tonight was going to be so peaceful. Tonight was going to be so peaceful.
Who's back, motherfuckers? Well done, Paschal. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Good evening,
guys. Hope you all are well.
What's up?
How are you, my
Paschal,
guy?
I'm coming for you, Paschal. You on my mind, Paschal. You played with my feelings, Paschal. You took
Bring
the
it on,
first
brother.
songs of the season.
Bring it on, man.
Kevin,
Oh, word. You know what?
Goal
Kevin,
starting
are you
already.
sure about the
Goal
evening,
is starting.
Are you
You know what
sure
is
about the
happening?
evening, Kevin?
Only start.
Oh.
You had to
Are
make
you
that statement
sure,
before.
Kevin?
You had to make that statement after Jigger came on.
You know what? The
He's
man
not
was waiting, and it's like he
Woo.
waited. The timing of it all, man. I was about to start, and then he just came out, and then Cole just popped up with it. But you know what?
Jigger,
Go
Jigger,
ahead.
Devon just said we're going to have structure tonight.
But bro, again,
Boom, everything just went.
we try and structure every week. I just don't want to
Oh, I never thought I'd say it, but I actually hate that laugh tonight. But you know what? Welcome, Big. Glad you could jump on, my bro. Gents, let's get right into it. Where do we start? I want to start with this, brother. Pandemic pep settings, my guy. Oh,
That's
my
a
word.
butternut. That's a bean cup.
Where do we start? Pista, I want to ask you. Look, obviously the result speaks for itself, but look, I know last week you were telling me to be positive. Do you still feel that way after what you've seen over the weekend against Brentford? Is it just one game, or what Chelsea and City looming is a genuine cause for concern?
The way Arsenal is, I like Liverpool. was
Pista,
when they were
Pista,
being
Pista.
knocked back.
Pista, stop. Don't be nice. Don't be nice. Tell him. Hey, your cat. Don't be nice, Pista. Don't. Your technical cat is working on my nerves. I want just of being nice to one another. If your team is cack, your team is cack, my bro. Stop doing this, my bro. Nice. Brentford, ask me that question. Brentford, Anyari. Don't be nice, Pista. Don't be nice.
He's
Continue.
not asking about that.
Sorry for you, bro. I'm actually sorry for you. You.
Nah, I wouldn't say like Jigger is saying. Nah, I still wouldn't write Arsenal off. We all know what Arsenal did, what they can do, and Liverpool was the same. Dopey teams we used to lose against, big teams we used to smack. So so if they're losing to Brentford and they're losing to Spurs and they're losing to whoever, Chelsea is going to be the test for them now because it's a bigger team. That's what big teams want. They want opponents like it. That's when they play better. Look at City and Spurs. City was the favourites to win, but Spurs knocked them. So I believe if Arsenal get tough fixtures, and they do have tough fixtures now, it's going to be better for them than to get Brentford and Norwich and teams that's going to run you all over the show. With coaches that they work out the tactics like that, they're going to beat you. But with the bigger teams, you can't deny the fact that if Arsenal plays any big one of the big six, that if the coaches, they sit back and they think you must not forget this is Arsenal. Regardless of what patch they're going through, the run they're going in, it remains Arsenal. So the game changes. So I'm very excited for the game against Chelsea. I still don't write them off of what I said last week. I'm sticking to that. Arsenal will be the surprise package this season. And Odegaard is there. Davey, I know you're not a fan of him. Mm-hmm. I am actually a fan of him. And a lot of people had him in his fantasy. Had him in their fantasy. And why would they have him?
Because they thought he was that, but he
made
wasn't.
Points. He made points in fantasy.
I understand where you're coming with Odegaard now. He's not world class, but like I told David this morning, he's better than what they have. He's better than the midfielders that they have as we speak. So he is an improvement, but he's not elite, Pista.
I'm not saying he's elite, but what I'm saying is I don't say it's a bad signing. I'm not saying that he's elite and he's what they need.
Bad signing,
all I'm saying
he's not the signing that is going to win them the league. He's not the signing that is going to get them top 4. He's not that, bro. He's a brilliant player, yes. But you that he's going to have an Arsenal. I think you.
But I don't think Vista means like because of this signing they're gonna win the league. I just think like he's trying to say that I think is a decent signing. You know, somebody. It's a positive in all the negatives that they have. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting from him. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't. Think
I agree with that. If that's what. Yes, I agree there.
I think not to win the league.
I'm not saying a negative.
I don't expect Odegaard to do what Bruno did for United.
Yeah, and that is what Arsenal need.
Expecting to come in and do
not
that.
Just the Bruno for United. Think of the Suarez for Liverpool. That character that lifts the entire team.
Exactly.
They need a signing like that.
Now,
that is the only thing that is going to bring. And Arteta can't pull such a player. I'll tell you that.
But the thing is, Mike, he doesn't need that signing. he has that in his camp. Aubameyang on his peak, at his
Yeah.
best game, who wouldn't want Aubameyang? Lacazette, when he's fired up, who wouldn't want him in their team? It's not like he needs to go and sign players. He has the players. That's why I say I will never write him off. I will not write him off. He has it. His tactics is wrong. His players, besides Xhaka now, his players is
surely
not.
could be getting out of these players. Like, I'm not saying we're on a Chelsea, a Liverpool, a City, a United level, but I don't think we should be laying in 8th. Jigs, what do you think?
Yeah.
Look here, I'm gonna say it out, man. It's not the players. It's not the players. It is from internally. Your club was screwed from inside, and now it's showing on the outside. I don't clue this. You are being too nice about it. At the moment in time, you must know what the first 5-10 games of the season is very important. To lose your first game against a team that come from the championship. No, brother. At the moment in time, I write you off. You know what I'm saying? Now you must work double hard to get back in with the big boys. This is the Premier League, Owens, man. This is modern day football. I know you're trying to be nice about Arsenal. I know Dave, you Arsenal supporter, but be realistic. This is not the Suarez era. This is not the Torres. It's not those eras anymore. This is the modern day of football. People play with false nines, without the striker. The game changed. Tactics changed. I don't blame the players. It's not the players. I do believe it comes from internally and it's affecting the players out. It's coming out and it's showing on a regular basis. I mean, the way you ended the season and the way you got the season, that says something a lot.
Right? You had to win. Arsenal had to win Brentford because City and Chelsea's next. I imagine you lose all
That's what I'm
three.
saying.
Listen, sorry, guys. It's not a matter of losing the game. Yes, they lost, but it's the way they lost.
Exactly.
That's the way they lost. You know what I'm saying? Come on, be fair, man. This is football. We all support football. But the way they lost against Brentford, there wasn't even a strong chance of fighting. You know what I'm saying? You don't, our Arsenal team, we don't see this. We haven't seen this where they throw the towel down. They threw the towel before the game even started. Brentford, come on, guys, man.
Exactly.
Come on, be realistic, man. Let's not make nice about something. You know what I'm saying? They got smacked, and that's that.
They got smacked. Exactly. I agree with that. I actually agree with Jigga because, I mean, we can say now, yes, we have Chelsea next, we have City next. He knew that. Our shit stings the most out of all this. Big six, whatever clubs. I'm embarrassed to call us, put us even in that bracket. I don't even think we're in that bracket. He knew what we needed. Like I said this morning in the group, when your mom, if you need bread and milk in your house, and your mom sends you to the shop for bread and milk, you don't come back with fucking chocolates and sweets. You're gonna get clapped against the cup. Anyway, I can go ranting on. There's 5 people in the watching this. Please slap a like on the video. Look, Cole even said it. No backbone, and I agree. Paschal, look, you guys obviously pulled the plug last year. You're one of the first to come out and say, look, sack Lampard, you guys did, and we all know the rest. I'm not saying we're gonna go on the same kind of a run, but how long do you think he can survive, my guys? Chelsea next, then City. We know that's gonna be Calais. Coupled in with Norwich and finally then a North London derby. How long? December? When do we give him?
Well, so basically, my stance is this. Like, let me give you an example. And I know we had the squad when Conte took over. You know what I mean? If you remember that season, we lost our first, I think, 3 games. We got smacked.
And
you guys.
Inside Louis.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, he said, "To hell with all of this. I'm gonna do it my way." And then he went with 3 at the back, and they played with his strengths. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm saying to you guys, that's why in the back before we began the show, I said to you that Arteta should have gotten the boat like maybe last season already, like at the end of last season, because something has to change. So it's either the coach or you sell everybody on the squad, which is impossible. You know what I mean? So now 100%. You need to bring somebody who's a different character, man. And Benni mentioned Antonio Conte is available, something like that. You know what I mean? And you need somebody. Even if I was even surprised with Patrick Vieira getting, you know, the whole Palace job and all of that thing. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm Arsenal, jump on somebody like that and see what he can bring to the team. Yeah, you have to. Sometimes in that dressing room, we all know that we support football, nah? players get sick and tired of the same voice, especially when they choose not to listen to it anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, give him up until, look, since he's already started the season, I'm thinking give him up until maybe December or something and see, because it's at the
I
end
said,
of the
Paschal,
day.
give him 5 games. Give him 5
Paschal,
games.
check him
Don't give him
now.
so much. Give him 5 games.
James, you start to
Remember,
understand it's not that simple. It's not that simple to just sack
It is
Arteta
that simple, Benni.
and get Conte. No. Remember,
No.
Conte is not going to want to come to Arsenal thinking this is a project. Remember, he rejected Tottenham
course, but
for
then-
that exact thing. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember.
I know,
So
I
now,
know.
what is weird with Arsenal is you get with transfer windows, you get the elite, which is your PSG, your Real Madrid, your Barcelonas, who can basically buy Munich. They can sign anyone. Below that is you're not oil or Arab money. You understand?
Yeah.
Your United and your Dortmunds, and you know what I mean?
Liverpool.
Arsenal is the level below that because they can only spend what they sell. Liverpool is the same. Liverpool is the same. But now you get 100 million and you're gonna waste your 100 million
We
on
already
Ben White and
wasted it.
Aaron Ramsdale and Odegaard. So you are on that level of transfer dealings, but who you buy is not on par with the level that it is supposed to be,
Exactly.
the quality that it's supposed to be. Do you understand what I mean?
I hear
So if
bro.
you are Arsenal and you want a number 10, why do you go for a non-elite player like Odegaard? When you can sign better, you are Arsenal. You are Arsenal.
You know what I think? Now, here's my solution to what I agree with what Benny is saying. I think Arsenal need to, because the decision has to be made whether what are they after? Are they after top 4? Because clearly it's not going to be the league. You know what I mean? So the question is it top 6, or top 4, and who can get them there? Working with the parts that they have now, because at the end of the day, I agree with what Benny is saying. They're clearly not going to buy one guy for like 100 million, like some of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need a coach who's going to work with what you guys have to get you to where you need to be for this season, and then you can build from there. Now, Arteta is not that. Sorry, I just don't think so.
But look at what they have, Paschal. Look at what they have. Look at the age of the team that they're starting 11 now. So you have Saka that is under 23. Tierney that is extremely young. Lokonga that they now signed extremely young. They have a good spine of young players. Sad that Joe Willock went. This is not going to be their season, and I don't think neither is next. They need to build. First, they need these kids, these brilliant kids, need to get the Premier League experience, build themselves along with the club, and make your signings, make your brilliant experience signings, sign a Bruno type here and there to work with your youngsters, to mentor your youngsters, because there's not going to be a quick fix for Arsenal.
Exactly.
They need to know what
I was about to say that now. When I was about to say that.
What is the objective? What is the objective? Is the objective for this season at least Europa League? If that is the case, we go all out for the Europa League.
Exactly.
Next season, we see if we can challenge for the Champions League, because if we have Europe, we can sign better. They don't have that this season. It's very difficult to sign quality players when you don't have no Europe.
We could go on talking all night, but we've already spent like 19 minutes talking about them. I've had enough of them now. Let's come on to something more positive. I'm sure that won't be the last Arsenal conversation we're going to have with Chelsea and City. But then Saturday, Bruno and the Pogba show as United ran riot. Benny, talk me through it. I don't think they couldn't have been a nice.
Can you make it quick, Benny? Make it quick, Benny. Don't talk too much about the stuff.
Let me start by saying, I think the unveiling of Varane was a masterstroke by all those involved. Brilliant. Because what could get a crowd more electric than unveiling Rafael Varane 5 minutes before kickoff? The crowd loved that place, and the way that we started every single player from David De Gea right through to Greenwood. Nobody under 8 out of 10 for me. It was brilliant, but it was the perfect start, the perfect team for United to start the season. Leeds don't change their style of play for nobody. They have teams that they will run riot with, but teams they will struggle against with better quality than them. So they will obviously struggle against United. It's not going to be that sort of performance every week. There's going to be games that we're going to struggle. But I'm happy with our depth this season. I'm happy with our 2 signings, and I think that signing is enough because me personally, I'm happy with our midfield as is. I'm a huge fan of Scott. I'm a big fan of Fred. And I'd like for Donny van de Beek to get his minutes, and he's not going to get that if you're going to sign another midfielder. But Solskjaer has us playing a certain style of football that I am totally in love with. Bruh, the goals that we scored. Bruno, but Pogba. Bruno got the man of the match because he scored a hat-trick, but Pogba was pure.
It was a Pogba show, yeah.
He was
Definitely a Pogba show.
The man was world class.
It's interesting that you guys mentioned that because, look, I'm obviously going to come on to it and ask Benni a question about United's title credentials, but something pissed me off actually on Sunday. And I just want to play something. It's a 1 minute and 20-second video, but just bear with me. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on this actually. So just give it a listen. Interesting that you guys did mention Pogba, but just give it a listen and I want to also touch on Jack Grealish in that same breath as well. So just have a look at this.
His agent might have done the talking, but he's not done anything. He's just gone out there and tried to do the best he could possibly do. And Kane the same. That's what players want to do. But I've never heard him say.
Mika, do you think the agent speaks without the permission of the player? Do you think the agent just talks out nonsense?
I actually do.
Not a chance.
I actually do. Definitely.
He's echoing the thoughts of the player.
No,
He'll be echoing the thoughts of the player.
Yeah, but even if he is, from Man
United, we haven't got much time left. We talk about Liverpool.
Let's put it this way: if your agent comes out and says 3 or 4 times, I want you to, I want to get Paul a different club. Paul does enough interviews to be able to say, look, my agent's out of order, he's got that wrong. He's never said that either, has he?
He's not gonna do that though, is it? He wasn't do that with your agent, would
I
you?
didn't have an agent, Micah. I wasn't.
Micah had 4 agents.
My strings weren't being pulled by anyone. I wasn't a puppet.
No,
we're watching Manchester United next week. We'll talk a lot more about them on Super
Sunday. No, but I'm only mentioning it because it's similar to the Kane situation. Kane's not turned up for training, and we're calling him a saint. Pogba's never said he wanted to leave Man United, but he's getting abused. What's the difference?
My information about Kane, it's not that he didn't turn up for training. There's another story behind that. Can we move on? Talk about Chelsea or Liverpool, please.
Should we park that there? Yeah?
Well, we're here to be neutrals, yeah. So
okay.
Thoughts?
Neutral.
Thoughts?
Look, everybody thinks that Graham Souness is this racist guy. He's not. Graham Souness is a football purist. Someone that just can't get the hang of what a modern footballer today is. They don't understand the social media about it. They don't understand the hype. They don't understand the things that goes done or is being done outside of football. For Graham Souness, for Roy Keane, for people like that, football is life and nothing else. So someone with a lot of followers, it pisses people like them off. He's not racist. Yes, he has a vendetta against Paul Pogba. Not because he's black, but also remember, Graham Souness is a Liverpool player. And that hatred for Manchester United, it's in his core. So couple that with everything that he hates about modern footballer today in Paul Pogba is the Graham Souness that you get today. So people, they mistake it for racism. It's not. It's not racism.
Okay. Fair enough. Jigs, your thoughts on it though?
On the Pogba situation.
Pogba and Graham Souness. He's always had this thing against Pogba.
I'll be honest to you, I don't give a fuck about both of them. As long as you talk about Liverpool, I don't give a fuck. I don't smack to talk about them. I don't care about Graham Souness. Pogba was quiet and clear. We go on the football season. That's how I feel. I'm sorry, man. I just don't feel that way. I just think we too much technicality. Fuck them, man.
Okay.
Yeah, fine, Brad. United stop at the log. He is sour. He was saying what's the game together.
Look here.
Firmino's coming on 60th minute. This was saying Firmino's going to score a hat-trick. Somebody in Liverpool must now score a hat-trick because Bruno scored a hat-trick. They can't. The hate,
Jelly
the
bean,
pain.
Benny, Jelly
Bro,
bean. Listen to I.
leave it down.
Listen to I.
You got your 3 points.
Listen to I. I was only there to work on the nerves, brother.
Ah, you work
Because
on your
knew
nerves,
I could
bro.
play next.
Who is, bro?
You must know the benefit
That 5-1 gave you Magvik. That 5-1 gave you Magvik. That 5-1
I was entertained. I was entertained by your team's football. I'm being honest. I was entertained. It was good football. I'm not gonna lie. Because I did think when they scored a 5-1, Lille scored that after the halftime. So I thought now 1-1 game on. I did think it's game on. But then all of a sudden they turn into monsters. I have to give credit's due. You know what I'm saying? Luke Shaw was on form. I still praise Pogba because he made cut. Yo, that bro made cut. Yeah. He put ball on foot. So you respect that player. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I respect a player. But I was just trying to, you know, say gebied out of you, man. Just so a critical. Just so Did I say that right? Firmino's gonna score a hat-trick. That's it. But Firmino did score
Liverpool. Just lastly, United for the title. Beast and Paschal, how do you guys feel? United contenders for the title?
Well, look, okay, Beast, you can go first. I'll tune in after you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Be honest.
All right, cool.
Be honest.
So
top 3, United top 3. Liverpool, United, and Chelsea top 3.
Chica, your name wasn't anyway in there.
Mute his mic, Kevin.
You gotta put with the signings of Varane and you know you gotta put them in the title conversation. Especially after where they finished last. I mean, they were the runners up last season. Even though I believe the point difference was deceiving because Man City went out of their way to make this thing interesting towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? They could have easily won it by a bigger margin. But yeah, you gotta put United in the conversation. I'm not gonna get carried away with the opening day victory because we've seen this from Paul Pogba. You know what I mean? Where he's had a brilliant, genius-like game, and then when you need him the most, it disappears. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll have to wait and see, Benny. I'm not hating on United or anything, but I have to wait and see whether Paul Pogba can have the same attitude and the same class throughout it.
But you must remember, it's not just about Pogba, though. Because,
consistency.
Yeah, the entire team, that's going to be the difference this season. Yeah, consistency, exactly. That is it. Home form, coupled, remember, we have not lost more than a year away from home. All of our losses came at Old Trafford. Hopefully this season is different with fans, but couple our away from with our home form and our names there. We are up there.
No doubt about that. But we all look to some influential, names when it matters the most, right? Because we all know, in order to win the Premier League season, you have those games where you're supposed to lose them or draw them, and then you have to end up winning them as a 1-0 type of game. Do I see United doing that? We're gonna have to wait and see. You know what I mean? But otherwise, I would put them as title contenders. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with the signings that they made, with the Varane and the Sancho, and I put them in the top 3. I didn't say they're gonna win the league. I put them in the top 3, but I'm top 3, just top 3, top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's Jesus telling you stop being extra.
Beaster.
Let's move on. Big Verge is back.
Well, we didn't hear what Beaster think of United winning the league. This is very interesting. I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Now, I would just reiterate what Benny said about it being the first game, the Varane being shown to the fans and whatever. So the hype was there. So I would not write them off not to be contenders for the league title, but it is too early to say. Like Benny said, the whole 11 had 8 out of 10 minimum of the performance. And that is what title contenders do. But doing it 1 week is not good enough. And I prefer playing a team like Leeds or at Norwich that would play their game against you regardless of who you are. And like the example we made earlier with, if Liverpool must play against a team that sits back, then we struggle to score, and United will also struggle. If they're going to play against a team that's going to sit back, they're also going to struggle to score. But if a team that's so open and plays their game, it's going to be easy to score. I'm not saying United's goals was easy, but it's a bit easy against Leeds but you can also concede
Yeah,
against
there was
them.
too much space. If you look at all of our goals, there was too much space.
That type of gameplay suits players like Pogba and Bruno. Because if you remember from the kickoff, Klich was on Bruno the whole game, but he scored a hat-trick. If you watched him run, he was on him the whole 90. But because the game is so open up, Pogba then had time on the ball. And you don't give Pogba, on a good day, you don't give him time on the ball. Because we know through balls like that, Pogba can do. Like Paschal said earlier, we know Pogba can do that. But is he going to do it every game? Is Bruno going to have that space every game? Because United didn't have strikers in that game. Greenwood wasn't on top of his game, like I know Greenwood. But it's because he plays in that role that I don't like him to play. Me and Benni had a hefty argument on Saturday about where he
believes that Greenwood should play off the left. I agree with him, yes, but at the end of the day, Greenwood is going to be a central striker.
And
so
my thing is you get more out of Greenwood on
or 5 seasons
not
from now. I think he's going to be a perfect number 9, to be honest.
So yeah, but to answer the question, I do see them as title contenders.
Nice, thank you. Nice to hear.
Fair enough. Jump on to the next one. Big Verge is back as Liverpool slap Norwich as always. Talk me through it, Beast.
Well, that's to shut a lot of mouths of the last part that we have, where especially Benni said that our front three is not. They can't be the same. He didn't use that. Or he didn't say those words, but the crux of it was that front three, we can't stick with that same front three.
They're not going to win the league. That was what I said. I said your front three is not going to win the league.
Last season, when I made a whole lot of statements and it was said that that's excuses, when we said that our defense wasn't on fire and our defense was injured and our strikers wasn't on fire. So this proves that our defense is back and our front three can still do the job. Very underrated, our front three, because people said 3 years ago, this is a one-season wonder. Next season, they said the front three can't do it again. The following season, no, we need to get the replacement up there. We just proved that we don't need a different front three. I understand the point where if you want to change it up a bit, change the type of play, if you're playing against a City or a United and the tactics is not working, that I get, where you get the number 9. But it comes back to we're not going to buy a number 9 of 100 million to sit on the bench and wait for when we can't score to come on. So I'm very happy that Virgil is back. Clean sheet. Alisson is back. Triple save. Clean sheet. That is what the Liverpool that won the title did. It's early days. It's only the first game. But that is how we started. Last season, our league started. Virgil was out in our first Merseyside derby. And that changed the whole complexion of that season. This season, the way we're playing is our normal front three. Even Firmino was on the bench. And if you remember last year, or the year before, when Firmino was playing, our differential was Jota. And when Jota came on, everyone said, he should start. He started, he wasn't the same. Now, Jota started, Firmino came on, and we saw the Firmino that didn't score for a year at Anfield.
Both scored.
And he scored. So, Klopp, I said, I believe in Klopp, and that for me is enough.
Fair enough.
But do you think that they are backing him, Beaster? Do you think that he's being backed? Do you think that he maybe gave them a list of names that he wants and they just can't do it? Or do you think that he's genuinely happy with the squad that he has?
No, I wouldn't say that they're not backing him, because like the type of any interview that you see with Klopp, he's straight to the point. If he disagrees with something, he will say that. If he's unhappy, he will make it known that he's unhappy. If there was a player that he really wanted, he would throw them under the bus and say, the reason for last season, because we wanted more players, but we couldn't get the players. The FHG said, no more players for you.
I don't see Klopp doing that, though. I don't see Klopp doing that. Mourinho,
like Liverpool.
Mourinho will do that, but I don't see Klopp doing that. I don't see Klopp coming out and bad-mouthing FSG to the media.
But I'm not saying he's not gonna do that in a post-match interview. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna do it on LMC TV when there's an interview with just them. My thing is,
sorry. I'm just waiting. I got a point.
Okay.
If he can't get the player, then we would not have signed Van Dijk and Alisson for that amount of money. Because like you mentioned earlier, we only buy with money that we make. So if we made 200 million, we're not going to use 200 million to sign 2 players. That's all the players we can get, and they don't trust him. And before we signed them, there was nothing to fall back on to say, okay, but we won the FA Cup, we won a League Cup, we won that. There was nothing to go back on and say, Klopp, we trust you. Even though there's nothing, we made 4 finals and we didn't win 1. And that shows me that they have some faith in him. And if he wanted a player, he would have had a player. He doesn't want a player. He got what he signed 5 players, and it wasn't even a transfer window. It was just January, and he bought 5 players in one go. Other teams signed nobody. That 5 players was for this and last year's plan, not for that year when we bought it. We didn't see Keita much. You didn't see Fabinho much when we signed him. Now, all of a sudden,
the same is going to happen with Konate, I think, as well. Because I think by the looks of things, Van Dijk is going to start.
Yeah, they're going back on stats where Matip, we didn't lose a game for when Matip started. The last 40 games with Matip in, we didn't. But Van Dijk was with Matip. And they're putting the emphasis on Matip where the emphasis should actually be on Van Dijk. Because like we all know, you can play Ben White with Van Dijk and it will look like 2 Van Dijks.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Man's brilliant.
That's fitting that you mentioned that. Faba, hope you're well and much better, my bro. Jigs, just to add on, you said you wanted to come in. Faba says that's a huge boost for LFC to have Virgil back. We need that leadership quality at the back. Fair point, Jigs. Where do you think Liverpool will end the season, given that VVD is back, bro?
I think, yes, we will be in the top half. We will be in the top 4, top 3, definitely. But just to emphasize on what Beasto was saying, I agree with a lot of what he's saying. But the thing is this, he was injured for a very, very long time. Most of the season, obviously. The thing is that gelled for the very first game we all waited for the season to start was the pre-season. The pre-season is what the quality is. How you're going to start them in the tactics and how you're going to learn and how you're going to bring the team together, gel the team. I think that Klopp used the pre-season to do a lot of tactic changes because it's obvious people are starting to say that the Liverpool's predictable with Mane, Firmino, and Salah, but you still can't stop them. And I still believe that there's still got a lot of goals in them, all front three, and with Jota coming in, there's more goals. And obviously, FSG gave Jurgen all the support since day one. I think that he chooses who he wants to put in the team or in a position. And
yes,
like
yes, 100% I agree with you. That they're not going to sign a player that he doesn't want or that is 100% not a Jurgen Klopp player. But I just wanted to know, do you really think that he's genuinely happy with the team and is happy to not make any further additions to his squad? That's all I wanted to know.
I do think we're happy with the team. I followed our preseason on a regular basis. I follow the training. I'm really genuinely hardcore. I go see it on a regular basis. You want to speak, you want to hear what's behind the scenes. And so far, he's happy with the quality. Oxford Chamberlain became a new player again. He got another chance again. Navigator came back again. The challenge in the midfield is there. Milner is still there to have that general player in the sense he's Milner for me is still a general at Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Then you still have Fab that is also still there. Henderson is coming back. So I think that the quality that we have in our team, yes, we won the title with most of the team, and Thiago's also there. I think we've got an extra mile to go through. The season is long. I know the season is very, very long. Injuries can come at any time. But our mistake last year, or what happened with unfortunate circumstances, was our defense. So this year, Klopp molded that situation so that if something like that does happen again, because there's a lot of football through the season. So if something like that does happen, Konate will then filter that hole so the big name players can rest as well. For example, Van Dijk doesn't have to play a whole season anymore. He can play Gomez and Konate. Time like it's gonna come. He can play Matip and Konate. But he can rest those stuff. Sorry?
I fully agree with you. And I just want to, sorry for jumping in there, but I just want to add to what Benny was asking. Like, don't you think that we need these players, don't you? And when you mention names now, you stopped at about 80% of our midfield. People don't realize how many quality players we actually do have up front and in the middle and at the back. So there's no need
for Liverpool. Because you only sign one. Who do you bring in that can replace? No one. So
No,
whoever
Benny,
you're going to bring
But
in
that's what I'm saying.
is going to be a backup. Everyone that's going to sign now for Liverpool is going to be a backup.
Benny, there's
We
no
didn't-
backups. Man.
because
Come
we
on,
didn't
son.
sign.
As a sign against United, Benny, and everywhere else, we need depth. The season is long.
Yes,
We need depth.
yes.
And I believe the players we've got now is going to be depth players. The players that's coming in out of the club is going to work their way into the first 11. Like most of the teams, you don't just start. You don't just come in and start off as a starting player, but they're going to be depth players. So they're going to work them in eventually. Eventually, it's going to be like this. If you are a star player, then you play somebody at the position. So the competition is going to be. It's all about competing for position at the moment in time. And I think it's a healthy fight to have as a club. I think it's a healthy.
It is, of course it is. But if you look at Faber's comment, look at Faber's
I
comment.
was actually about
This
to
is
come on to
exactly
the
what we are
point now,
trying to
actually.
say.
Exactly.
No,
Yes.
but there's more. No, you got it
But
wrong.
what I'm saying is what Chico was mentioning in the preseason.
We've got young players.
What he was mentioning in the
Don't mention
preseason.
Origi, bro. Don't mention Origi.
No,
What he was
brother, we
saying
got
is
young
like
players
Benni
also.
minutes,
Benni
52
Cameron,
seconds
Don't
in
insult the
the
players
last
at
season.
Liverpool, man. There's young
Now,
players also to play and get the experience that's around them. There is young stars coming up there as well. That Gordon Lighty, he played also with them. You know what I'm saying?
Benni.
He can
Harvey
move.
Elliott.
I was
Harvey
just
Elliott
gonna-
also they can move.
I was just going to say that the people are
seeing.
seeing Jota as the fourth player, and that's it. We need another 9. That is not the point. The preseason showed what Alex could do,
Yeah,
what
Rona.
Harvey Elliott could do. They
Rona,
Harvey
yeah,
Elliott signed
Rona.
a contract now. He's not going out alone.
Yeah,
He's
but
not
I
going
think
out
Rona-
alone.
Yo.
He's not.
Please,
He's
I feel
not
like I'm
going.
talking to a radio.
I feel like whenever I'm
Yeah,
trying to
man,
say
let us
something,
show
I'm
us your
interrupted.
face. What's going on here? Yo.
Then want to debate on Liverpool. You can't talk Liverpool, Benny.
I'm not talking. I didn't debate shit.
can't
I
talk
didn't debate
Liverpool.
shit. I asked a question
talk
that is
Liverpool.
failed to
Yes.
answer.
Now let me answer the question without being interrupted, because your question was, do you think Klopp is happy with not being able to sign? My argument to that is it's irrelevant to ask that question, because you would think that we only have that front three. It's like Liverpool is skating on thin ice now because we don't have replacement. Should Salah get injured, should Mane get injured, should Firmino get injured, then we don't have anyone. We've got our own youngsters that is there to fill that. Jota is there. Without Jota, we have Harvey Elliott. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's new role is striker. He's playing like a striker, like he was before he got injured. So
He was like that.
is
But
there.
Tottenham also, he played in the front three. Yeah.
He's not. He's
Oxlade.
looking for a striker. He's not looking for a striker to, like what Fabian was asking now, we need another. We don't need. With that team, the comment Rona was making, we can win the league with that team. And it's not to say that it's because it's the same team that won the league 2 seasons ago. That same team can win the league again because, like I said in the beginning, I have faith in Klopp. And he would show you that with that same players, he will come at you with a different dimension. And you won't see it.
Exactly.
I don't agree.
Look,
For me, if
we
you're
live
going to
open
win the
to
league, if you look at the
interpretation.
big clubs have 6 brilliant forward line players, and everybody plays 3 up front. If you look at the big clubs,
now the big clubs 2
You
seasons
have
ago
4.
when we won the league, the big clubs also had that team with that same type of firepower in front. What did we do? We had Van Dijk and Alisson. That is where we needed to strengthen, not up front.
Okay,
And the thing-
okay, Beast. Yes, I agree 100%. But Beast, Van Dijk and Alisson were what 3 seasons ago? 3 seasons ago, and then you got in last season. Your only big name player was Thiago. Am I right? Last season,
Jota.
the whole of the window. We're not talking about the January. Ben Davies and Kabak. Thiago was
Jota.
basically your big signing. Jota was
Jota.
also yes, Jota and Thiago. This season it's Konate. So you're taking your brilliant 11 and you're adding to it, but are you adding enough? If you look at what the other teams
Did you
doing.
speak about our age of our players also as well? There's a balance of the age also there. You've got a bit of like a Molnar and Thiago 30, but you've got young players as well coming through. And those players that you mentioned now, oh yes, yeah, Evans also mentioned Minamino as well is also
You
there.
forgot about Minamino as well, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the average of our team is like early 20s or just over 2020. So there's some of the players are still going to peak football as well. So see that
We had
part
this
as well.
conversation
Also.
earlier on David Paschal, can you remember? If you look at the young, if you look at teams, the only youngster really in Liverpool's team is Trent. If you talk about 22 and down.
Yeah, that's
So
the
what's your
conversation, Benny.
If you look at young, you're saying you have a lot of youngsters. You don't.
Yeah.
In the starting
That's
11, the only young player that starts at Liverpool is Trent. If you look at United,
He's the
you have
only
Mason
youngster that
Greenwood,
you know
you
of.
have Bruno, not Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, 21, 22, Ahmad, 19. You know what I mean? If you look at Arsenal, Tierney, Saka's 19, Emil Smith-Rowe is what, 19. Lighties.
We're talking about
in the
Liverpool
starting
now.
11.
We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about
Let's
Liverpool. We've
move
got
on,
the young
let's
team
move on.
that's
Pascal is
going
quiet,
to
Pascal is
peak
quiet
football.
here.
You know footballers, brother. Ah.
Let's move on.
Okay, so
Let's move on.
my prediction for Liverpool is that our title contenders simply because of one reason, and then we can move on after this point.
Okay, sure.
Last season, it was a little bit harsh on them on the basis that they didn't really have an opportunity to defend their crown properly because of all the injuries and they had COVID cases at some point. They had like 6 starting 11 players missing. You know what I mean? At some point in the season. So I gotta give them that love that with everybody back, they will probably feel as though they lost by default. You know what I mean? So I will give them that match. Whether they're gonna finish top 2 or not, that's for them to decide. But I think yeah, they will make definitely the top 4, and they will be title contenders with everyone healthy. I still give them that. And still Klopp, you know, Klopp is a genius, man. He's gonna find a way to.
That's the only reason why I would say Liverpool is contenders, because of Klopp. The only reason.
That's what I said. My faith in him is all I need to say that we don't need another player, because if we did, he would have signed a player. And we don't need another player because City signed 1 player this season. That's not even going to make... Grealish is not going to make the starting 11. If De Bruyne is fit and their attack, their normal of last year's fit, the Grealish is not going to be up there with the starting 11. So they also just signed 1 big player that is now an elite player, but he's going to be on the bench.
Don't write Kane off, bruh. Kane is going to win the game.
I will speak about him when he's there.
Okay.
Yeah,
if he's there, yes, it will change the conversation.
We're gonna have that discussion when we come into all the predictions. I want to come on to Master P. Actually, I firstly want to put up a picture, which I must say, even as a North London rival, not a North London, a London rival, which like really touched me. Even this look, I mean, Master P, you will admit this picture. I mean, speaks 1,000 words for Chalobo. I think had an awesome game in the Super Cup. How awesome was he? Obviously, you guys did your job. Obviously, we'll touch on the game. But I think, in essence, what I want to actually ask is, Rom returns Chelsea for the title, first and foremost. And then I also want to play you a video. Bearing in mind, I'm going to come back to it. I want you to shed some light on this. Something came out of Chelsea's training grounds. You know, like clubs have this open ground, open air training session for everybody. Bearing in mind, put this into context, that Chelsea have just signed Lukaku and they were supporting Werner last year. So I want us all to watch this video, and then Master P, I want you to give your opinion on this, and then we can go right around. And then obviously, Pascal, I want you to give me your title aspirations as well. So just have a look at this video.
2 against Arsenal, Wolfie.
I want to get some more score predictions as well. Right, I found someone. What's up, buddy? What's your name?
Listen, I got a word, yeah. Let's have it right. Get Werner out the clubs.
Ignore that. We've got one more surprise for you. You get out.
I forgot to mention that it's to the side. I forgot to mention that that's the way the video was downloaded. But did you guys hear what he said? Actually, did you guys hear this? Should I play it again?
I get Werner out of this club.
Werner out.
Nah, that's harsh, bruh. That was harsh.
Nah, that's harsh. That's harsh.
That's
I'm not
harsh.
a fan of Werner, but that's harsh. I still feel you had to keep Tammy Abraham and rather get rid of Werner, but that was harsh.
Bruh,
I saw the right Werner off.
My opinion is this, bruh. Like, I think we all know how the English league is. Nah? Like Timo Werner is new. It takes 1 year to adjust to just not just life, but the game itself. And I think that was his first season. You got to give him another opportunity. And plus, David D, don't forget now, like, even though we've got Lukaku, you still need that other backup guy who can play that position. You know what I mean? Now Giroud is gone. Tammy Abraham is pretty much on his way from what I've heard.
He's gone.
And
He signed for
yeah, yeah, he
He's
signed.
gone,
Right? Yeah, so now you Lukaku is not gonna play every single game of every competition as well. Especially if we're chasing multiple titles, you know what I mean? So this is where I believe Werner, the Havertz, will come into play. You know, that's where they'll be needed. And I also think they won't have that spotlight on them that they had last season with Lukaku there. You know what I mean? Like they can quietly go about their business, just in a supporting role and scoring those goals. That's what I believe. But to say that he must get out of the club, I mean, dude, that's a little bit harsh, bro. I think judge him on this season and see what he does. Because one thing that we have to remember, he is a workhorse for the team, though. Even though he wasn't scoring goals.
He's brilliant off the left, and I think that's where they're going to play him this season. Against the signing of Lukaku.
Exactly. Not as a front man, off the left, yeah.
He's not going to play central. He's going to play off the left with Lukaku playing down the center. But you're right. And where's your backup? Where's your backup for Lukaku?
Exactly. You see, so my thing is, at the end of the day, he is a workhorse. He wasn't scoring goals, but he was going out of the way. Like, you could see the effort. You know what I mean? He didn't have his head down and just you know.
It's the sitters that he missed, Paschal. It's not that. It's the sitters that he missed.
I think it was a bit unlucky also at times, man.
No, but so much times, though, Davey. Look at the highlights of Werner's first season with Chelsea. Bruh.
Blame Lampard.
He missed more sitters than he scored.
I'm not giving him a pass on that. Like, to be honest with you, obviously, if he scores goals, he probably has maybe like 16 goals in the league or something.
Yeah, 20.
But exactly, even 20. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I think, you know what, let's also not overreact on this one. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is the one season where they can judge him on the most, because we have a complete squad now. These guys have won things. Our aspirations to win the title. Now we need players to deliver, and this is where I was going to come into Romelu Lukaku's situation. You see, here's the thing, David. With Lukaku is the man. We all know that he scored 24 goals, had like 16 assists in Serie A when they won the league. Nah? The previous season, he had like 23 goals. So you can already see his ranges at 23, 24 a season in the league. Yeah. He comes into a Chelsea team. Now, if Chelsea don't win anything last season, we're looking at him as the main man and we're saying, oh, man, this is the guy to get us over the top. But he's walking into a team that has won trophies now. You know what I mean? Even though he's a winner himself, and I'm not questioning that, nah? But the pressure is on him more so than it's on the rest of the team, because now we expect him to come, you know, like guns blazing from day one. When he's been in the league before. He's the man. He's got the team. I don't need to hear anything about Romelu Lukaku adjusting this season to anything in England. I need him to deliver, and that's where the pressure is on him.
Even all the chips is perfectly stacked for him.
Exactly. I don't want to, Benny. I don't want to hear anything about Romelu Lukaku having a dry spell, bro. I'm not interested in any of that. This is a guy who knows. Dude, the physique on the man, bro. He needs to deliver from day one, score those goals. And if he does that, bro, I'm telling you right now, we're going to be title contenders, and it's going to be a huge, huge title race. I even think we're going to finish second. If Man City don't get Kane, which of course they will. But even with Kane there, bro, if you look at this Chelsea team, depth. Bro, the other day, I had it all written down, Davey. I mean, when you substitute Cesar Azpilicueta out of the game, nah, and you bring in Reece James, quality. You know what I mean? Position for position. They substituted Pulisic, and Havertz comes in. The standard is still the same, bro. And when you've got that much depth, you gotta compete for the title one time. I'm telling you the truth.
Your bench look extremely strong. Your bench look extremely strong.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear any of that. We're title contenders, bro. And this is where I disagree with Paul Scholes, what he said in the studio, because he immediately wrote us off and he said that we're going to finish fourth. And I found that to be very interesting because his point was that there aren't enough goals in this Chelsea team. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm looking at this list, and I'm like, dude, what planet are you on, bruh? Like, if you see the front and if you see Mason Mount, I mean, Pulisic is coming off the bench, bruh. Like, what more?
Mount, Ziyech,
So
Luka,
exactly.
Havertz,
You know what I mean? So I gotta disagree with Paul Scholes on that one. I think we will make top 4 for sure, but I think we're gonna be title contenders 100%, bro.
So. I think it's the top 4. Any one of the top 4 can win the league this season. Liverpool, City, United, and Chelsea. Anyone. Exactly. I don't see any surprise packages. I don't see a Leicester, a West Ham, or Aston Villa fucking with that. Spurs on their performance on Sunday.
But you know what?
Here and there. But I also see them clear for the top 4.
I also see them dropping points against the smaller teams. Spurs. That's why I say Arsenal needs a big opponent. They need a big opponent.
I think the danger out of the top 4 that Benny mentioned is probably Leicester City. I think they could be the package in terms of crushing the top 4 or something like that. So just keep an eye on them. But
they just need that one. Remember, they lost out on top 4 the last day of the season.
Exactly.
So they just need that one push over the line.
Yeah.
And I don't see them doing that in the transfer window. I didn't see them sign quality.
And David E, before you move on, I just want to point out because I like, of course, Jigga left, but like he brought up a good point in the other conversation. We're talking about depth of the squads now, and talking about like young players coming up and whatever. And my only point is, wow, all the other Premier League teams are getting excited about their young players coming. About our young players are winning things, bro. So I mean, it's good times to be a Chelsea fan right now because our guys are proven already. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are saying that we didn't do enough transfers this season. But I mean, look, when you look at the emergence of Chalobah that you mentioned at the beginning, which we haven't even discussed yet. You talk about Odoi. You talk about Reece James, Mason Mount. I mean, you can and say those are like 4 new signings almost. You know what I mean? So in a way, I'm happy with the business that we've done. And Chalobah, on the Chalobah case, I think he has made it very, very difficult for Chelsea because we're chasing Jose Conde from Sevilla. You know what I mean?
Not necessary now.
Exactly.
Not necessary now.
Yeah, exactly. And now you look at what Chalobah is doing, bro, and you're thinking,
is he Nathaniel's brother? Is he the other Chalobah that plays for Watford?
He's the brother.
Because I know that Chalobah is also from Chelsea.
He's the brother, yeah.
He's his brother. Okay, so it's his brother.
Yeah. So when you look at what,
right?
Yeah, and they basically like forced himself into the starting 11. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm happy to see things like that because I've never seen a Chelsea team have so many youth players, play key positions in winning things. You know what I mean? You've always had maybe the 1 or 2, but like to have like 4 or 5 guys, bro, like who are that young into the first team and make that impact, man. I'm just happy, to be honest with you.
He definitely took his chance in pre-season.
Yeah,
exactly. I concur. Can we all agree Chelsea title contenders this season? Can we all agree?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
More so than City.
Fair enough. Let's move on. I don't know. What should we do first? Man of the week and flop of the week, and then predictions and then man of the week and flop of the week. You guys decide.
The first order, David. Man of the week.
Man of the week now. Let's go do that and then we come on to the predictions. Just for the 7 in the chat at the moment, Jigga had to leave because he had a work call. So love for Jigga for jumping on. Beaster, man of the week, my guy.
Pogba for me has to be Pogba. Flop of the week. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
No, it's distorted here on my end. Man of the week, Pogba. Flop of the week would be Granit Xhaka.
Sure.
Wow.
Flop of the week has to come from Arsenal, though. I was gonna say all of them.
Would
the
have been
whole lot.
Antonio had he not
Arteta,
scored.
the whole lot of them. But I'm exactly the same. Just I again say the whole lot. Anyone associated with Arsenal, anything, everybody out, flop. But anyway, Benni.
I want to change mine because the obvious would be Pogba. And but I really think Salah could be my man of the week because of scoring 5 openings of the season in a row, getting the record. That's the extreme consistency. And I think he's man.
We're being honest and modest, Willie.
Definitely Arteta. Definitely.
Yeah, nah, it's gotta be.
That's
Must
a
be.
no-brainer.
Like I said, anyone associated with Arsenal, Arteta, the subs, everyone, the whole lot of them, flop of the week. I couldn't agree. But again, like I said, I have to concur with you. We didn't have enough time to jump on it, but we might as well. Gotta give props to this man, my guy. His numbers doesn't lie. I personally feel he's disrespected. Because I mean, to
because
do,
of
to
last
do what
season.
he has done.
Because of last
To do what
season.
he
That's
has
why.
done,
And I don't know why
he's
people say
outstanding.
because of last season, if he was still number 2 for the Golden Boot. Like, he had an off season, but what more did he want?
Really?
What more did you want from him last season? Our whole team was a shambles. Our defense was gone. Our strikers wasn't firing in the beginning of the season. But he was still up there and he lost the Golden Boot like on 2 games to go.
Yeah.
On the last day, actually.
You guys didn't win anything.
Yeah,
mate.
his
That's
numbers
why. Guys didn't win anything. The
His
numbers of Salah is still exactly the same. The numbers of Kane never
His
dropped
numbers
either.
don't
But
lie,
Tottenham
bro.
won shit. Tottenham
Yeah,
won
but
shit. But Kane has been consistent for 5-6 years.
That was Salah before Van Dijk and Ellison last season. Scoring the goals, but we conceded 15 goals in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Master P, your side, bro.
Player of the week for me, I'd have to go with Bruno. I think. I mean, look, the hat trick. Look, it was an impressive performance on his part. You could see he was up for it. And like Benni said, maybe it was the whole Varane thing before the game and all that. Like, the atmosphere was great, and Bruno delivered. So I'd have to go. I could have gone with Paul Pogba as well, but like, look, at the end of the day, I'd have to go with Bruno. I think the hat trick, yeah, that was the icing on a performance that was pretty much brilliant.
Also, special mention. Sorry, Paschal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So flop of the week. Look, it's easy to stack the deck against Arsenal. I know they were terrible. I mean, but at the end of the day, are we really shocked by Arsenal's performances these days? I mean, like
Exactly.
yeah. So I'd have to go with I mean, there's just something weird. I don't know about you guys. Let me hear your take on it. But the whole Man City thing, they were just off it like that on the day. Like, I don't know whether it was, I don't know, bro. Maybe the players that were involved coming off from the Euros and all those things. But like, at the end of the day, for me, I thought Man City was mediocre, bro. So yeah, I'd give it to them too. I think Arsenal and Man City. I just something different about City that I didn't like, and they were just terrible on the day. Like, just yeah.
Please to believe they're not winning the league.
No, they're gonna win it. I mean, they're definitely the favorites, but like, at the end of it, they looked terrible on Sunday, bro. Like, just terrible. So I'd have to pick them as the flop.
Special mention must go to James Milner as well. I mean, the guy's 42, and he ran the most out of everyone this whole game week.
Biggest distance covered in all the games.
In all the games, and he's extremely old.
Yo, we listen to Keita.
Look, before we go on,
yo, Willie,
like, please, I want to ask you: is this the season where you finally cut ties with Keita? What is your opinion on him? I know you guys lost Ginny.
Starting 11 this season, bro.
I don't see, if everyone is fit and Hendo is back, I don't see him being in the starting 11 if Thiago's there, Henderson is there, because he would then be between Thiago replacement, Ox being a replacement option also. But I don't see him being our go-to guy. He's never been that, and I don't think he will ever. But I don't see them letting him go for that type of reasons, because we didn't sign him to come in there and be how can I say, a Coutinho
And
or
you
come in
didn't
there
sign
and
him
be a
for a
Salah.
position. He can play left
He
back,
came
he
in
can play
there
right
as
back, he
just
can play keeper, he can play
he's a
water
new
boy.
Milner, yeah. But I wouldn't like us to let him go, and I don't see him.
Yeah. I don't think they should get.
Yeah, true.
I don't think they should get rid of him.
Anyways,
So, keep him on.
prediction time. There's a couple of big games this weekend. I think Liverpool play first. So, Peaster, you guys play Burnley. Prediction?
Our first home
Who did
game, all the guys are back, so definitely a clean sheet, and I think we're gonna put 3 past our next opponent again. So 3-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Benni?
I think they're gonna actually score, so I'm gonna give it 2-1 to Liverpool.
Okay, I'm with
Chris,
Beast
who
on
did
this
ya?
one. I'm going also. I'm going
You know, Burnley's the
4-0
voodoo team.
Liverpool.
Burnley's the voodoo team, bro. Burnley won
Nah, not
them
at Anfield. Our
I'm
first
going
game back with all our
8%
boys
not at
possession.
and the
Anfield,
fans
not with
are
that
in.
crowd back, my
Burnley won Liverpool with 8% possession.
We're
We're
gonna score 2 and the crowd's gonna score 1.
Yeah, ready to talk of complexion. Both of them was purple.
Master P, prediction Liverpool Burnley.
2-0 to Liverpool. I think, look, obviously that atmosphere, the fans are back. I think Liverpool missed that quite a lot, and I think that also played into their demise most part of last season.
Yeah,
So
agree.
it will be a crazy, carnival like how Anfield can be. So I expect them to. I think it will be a clean sheet as well. I'm with Beast on that one. I think it'll be 2-0 though. I don't think it'll be that many goals, but I think it'll be a 2-0.
Okay, fair enough. United Southampton. Paschal, might as well start with you. Just finished 3-2 last year. Prediction this time it's at
From 2-0 down.
it's at St. Mary's.
It's in Mary's.
Okay,
Cavani
so
and Bruno.
I'll give Benny some luck because he believed in my team when I was having doubts in that last season. So I think it'll be a difficult game now, but I think I would say 2-1 to United. I mean, if they're gonna be tied up,
I think
they need to go to a place like that with fans and perform in United. Yeah.
I actually think
But we're
Southampton's
2 away
going
from
down,
the
but
record, Kevin.
we'll touch on our prediction.
Sorry? We're 2 away from your record of most. Okay, I think if we win at Southampton, we level. I think
You level, you
27.
equal it, yeah.
We equal it on with win at Southampton, and then we can break it with our next away fixture. And we have easy fixture. Okay, there's never an easy fixture in the league, but
yeah,
I was just gonna say now, who's that easy?
we have a nice run of fixtures compared
they
to
have a winnable run of
to
fixtures. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Let's put it like
So
that.
I'm going 3-1. 3-1.
United.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going as well. I see Southampton going down this year. I also go with it. I'm gonna go 2-0 United. I'm trying to go against the grain here. 2-0 United.
Do you really think Southampton's going down?
Yeah, I think they're going down. We'll have the discussion once the window is done. Who's getting top 4? Who's winning the league? Who's top scorer? Who's getting relegation? But
I think we can only have that real conversation at in January, because before that you're just predicting. And mostly people are going to say the teams that came up is the teams that's going to go down. But Brentford and Watford won this weekend.
Exactly. But again, we'll have that discussion again for me. Like I said, 2-0 United. Peaster?
Southampton was a bit poor, and I think most of us expected that with things gone. So I don't see United running all over them because they still have some quality in their side. They lost Minamino, they lost Ings. But Shea Adams, for me, is always a big game player, and I see him scoring on Saturday. So I think Southampton will score 4, but United will clinch it 2-1.
Plus, that new strike of them also beats the Armstrong. He looks the business. He looks not. I'm just not talking about his goal. The way he holds up play is actually very fast, and he can beat the player. He looks the business.
Yeah, but you guys have a run, so that's out also,
I hope he's gonna start. I can't go if he start butterflies color.
And the game of the weekend for me, it's the toothache of the weekend, if I could put it that way. Seeing as I said, coming in here was being like at a dentist. I'll start with Benny and Beast the first, and then I'll obviously end with Master P. Chelsea, Arsenal. Benny, how do you see this one going?
I'm gonna be weird as fuck. I'm gonna say 2-2, bruh. I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm gonna say 2-2.
Wow.
I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm serious.
Oh my word.
You know why? You know why? I'm
I'm
thinking of the
I'm
old
on
Chelsea
Ronald
Arsenal
Buzz. It's
games.
gonna be Kalas.
Nah, I'm thinking of, look, what is happening with Aubameyang and Lacazette? What is happening? Are they going to play? Are they ill? Do they have COVID? Is there a fallout to the Arteta? What's the buzz?
There's a fallout. There's a fallout.
There must be a fallout. If it is a fallout and they're not gonna play, then can I please change my prediction?
Well, I'm telling you they're not gonna play.
Are they not gonna play? Yes or no?
I'm telling you they're not gonna play. They've already been
2-1
declared out
Chelsea.
on Saturday
2-1
morning
Chelsea.
already.
2-1 Chelsea. If they're not going to
Bradley
play,
saying the
then I
same
don't
thing.
see.
Beast.
I was telling Benny on Saturday that I don't believe this illness, and he was saying, "They pro players, they won't do that, they won't." Like I made a joke
First game of the
and
season, you're not gonna fuck
and
it
that's
up.
why they
And
couldn't
you're the
play.
captain.
So I knew that it was an illness. That was just an excuse for both of them to be conveniently out at the same time with the same illness. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna go stick with Arsenal from my prediction of Arsenal being the surprise package and a 1-1 draw.
Okay, Evan is going 2-1. Wow. I wish I had as much faith
1-1
in
draw.
Arsenal as you guys have here. I don't know.
1-1 draw.
Pascal.
Well, first of all,
Talk to
Beaster,
me.
there's gonna be any surprise package of anything. Let me just put it out there like that,
I
right?
said
So,
2-1, Gary. I said 2-1.
he changed his prediction. to
Okay,
2-1.
sorry, Pascal. Gary's a mess Chelsea fan. Mess Chelsea fan. Bra, squad.
Benny, is that what you're saying? 2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1 to Chelsea, yes. I say 2-1 to Chelsea.
I'm letting you off the hook on this one.
So,
I have to disagree with Beast. I know he says, Arsenal this, Arsenal that, they're going to be a surprise. There isn't going to be anything surprising about this game, bruh. Results pretty straightforward. It'll be 3. Okay, I'll give them 1. Since it's at the Emirates, no? Okay, well, you guys might score 1 just because maybe
the Emirates.
Yeah, okay, well, 3-1. But the 3 points coming back to the blue side of London, you know what I'm saying? It's there is no way, bro, that Arsenal team is gonna be able to contain the likes of, and I'm hearing Lukaku is gonna make his appearance on this one, right? That's all.
He's 100% match fit. He's going to start.
He's licking his lips, my guy.
Exactly. So they're gonna have to deal with him, okay, over the weekend. But now you're talking about the likes of Mason Mount. I mean, pick your poison, Pulisic, whoever comes in there. You know what I mean? I just do not see Arsenal having the discipline and the maturity to keep a Chelsea team out for 90 minutes without them conceding a handful of goals. There are levels to this. And if Chelsea is to win the title, these are the type of games that they're going to have to put away. You know what I mean? So I'm saying 3-1 to Chelsea convincingly. And shout out to the boys for bringing up that Super Cup back home. You know how it is. It was a good performance. We didn't touch on that, but yeah, they hang everywhere. You know what I mean?
It's a club trophy.
Benny, the best thing that's happening at the best thing that's happening at the Emirates over the weekend, bro, is that they're hosting the European elite. You know what I mean? We're gonna grace them with gold on the day. You know what I mean? So, so that's the only good thing that's gonna come out for those at the Emirates. But otherwise, the result's gonna be 3-1, bro.
We must not forget, Arsenal is gonna be extremely nervous playing in front of the crowd at the Emirates. They are not the favorites right now. The fans, this is their first opportunity to really turn on them. Because, Davey, they're all angry like you, my man. What would your reception
There's a
at the
protest.
Emirates
There's a
be?
protest before the match already, so
That's why they're gonna draw. That's why they're gonna draw against Chelsea. Chelsea's drawing, and us and City's drawing this weekend.
David,
Like your players need that, man.
Before I hear your
players don't need
prediction,
that, bro.
let me just say this before I hear your prediction, David D, and I just want to get an opinion from Benny and Beaster too, since we're running out of time. But with the fans back in the
let's
stands,
go. Let's go.
With the fans back in the stands, I think Arteta's time is limited now, because I think once they're fed up, they'll make it known. And I think once the fans turn on you, then something's gonna have to be done. So I think
though. They already did. So it's not gonna be something
even if Arsenal should win. So if Arsenal should win 4 in a row, I don't think they will change their mind about how they feel about Arteta. It's going to take way more than that for the fans to turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so. A run of 4 or 5 wins, if you can beat Chelsea or City and go on a run of 4 to 5 wins and just get up there, get up the table, go to 6th, 5th, 6th, 4th. You know what I mean?
Benny, I love you. I love you a lot.
Forever.
Benny, I love you a lot, but if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. That's not happening anytime soon, bro. That team can't even score goals. That team defend like shit. I'm sorry, my bro. Sorry. sorry. Get out of that world. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you guys now. And this is going to lead into my prediction. After City, we're going to have 0 points. We're going to be rock bottom. I'm telling you now. Mark my words. Chelsea are going to whoop us 3-0. Really. And even if by some miracle, because we're so typical like Arsenal to win, it's still not going to cover over the cracks because this team is not good enough, honestly. But I can't see it happening. People like to draw on last season. This is a different Chelsea animal. That last season's Chelsea was Lampard's Chelsea. It's not going to happen this time around. This Chelsea is on job. They know what they want. They're on point.
I agree with Beaster. I agree 100% with Beaster when I say that this is a Chelsea-Arsenal game. You can't... Form basically goes out of the window with fixtures like this.
I know,
we know
I hear
this.
that.
This is also a London derby. Let's not forget.
We know that.
Chelsea beat Crystal Palace convincingly in a London derby last week. But it wasn't as simple as it. Crystal Palace actually put up quite a good fight, I thought. And Chelsea just took their moments well. But Arsenal and Chelsea is a different kettle of fish. It's a fixture altogether.
I agree with you.
It's a huge... should be up for it. And if they're not, then they don't deserve to play for the Gunners. I'm sorry, they don't deserve. If you're not up for this,
they already don't deserve, in my opinion. They already don't deserve the shirt. Besides the youngsters, there's bare players in this team that don't deserve the shirt. Honestly, in my opinion, I can go on all night, like Rona saying, we are crippled. There's no Gabriel, there's no Partey, there's no Aubameyang, there's no Laka. So you tell me exactly, even with those players, do I think we were going to win? We might have snuck the draw. Maybe that's me being just patriotic in that sense. But even so, we don't have enough for Chelsea. Let's be realistic. I don't see it happening. So I'm going again with a 3-0 Chelsea. And Papa's right. Look, everyone feels sorry for Arsenal.
We all do.
Me personally, who doesn't want to learn must feel. So I don't feel sorry for any of them. The board needs to act soon, but my guy, reactive instead of proactive. So what else can one say? Anyway, we're coming to the end of the show. Benny, final thoughts from you, my guy?
We're looking extremely forward to the weekend. It's going to be some great football. I know Saturday's quite a few games, but Super Sunday, we have a super Sunday on the cards. Extremely excited for that. May the best teams win. It's still early days, so we're not taking much note. Look, it's still preseason for a lot of the clubs, especially your cities and the teams that had a lot of players away on international duty during the preseason. So we can't look too much into the fixtures, into the results as of yet. But looking forward to awesome football this weekend, especially the Chelsea Arsenal.
Lovely. Speak for yourself, my guy. Speak for yourself. Pista, final thoughts?
Now, like Benny said, we're all looking forward to Super Sunday. So I do see an upset for Chelsea and for City. Not getting something out of that City game. So I'm looking forward to Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, Liverpool, I'm not too worried about. That's going to be a convincing win for us. I don't say that too often, but I see it happening. But for me, the biggest games for dropping points is going to be City and Chelsea, the favorites dropping points.
Hey, I hope you're right. I hope next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, when I can come on here, I can be much more positive. I hope you're right. I hope I can come on here and clip whatever Paschal said earlier. I knew exactly what
Paschal
time
knows the
sympathy is,
feeling when
don't
he comes
worry.
onto a pod where he didn't agree with anyone and they actually win and he comes and he's like, saying, you can also feel that, my friend. You can also feel that.
I hope you're right. I would love nothing more than to come on your Tuesday and just be like, Pascal, you remember this, and let's go back. But yeah, you know what? It's a Super Sunday, so looking forward to it as well. Master P, final thoughts from you, my guy?
Just a quick one. You said Aubameyang is missing from the weekend's game, no?
And Laka.
And Lacazette.
And Partey.
And Partey. And Gabriel.
And I don't know Gabriel.
Beaster, now move your camera a little bit down quickly. I want to see you. There's something that you're drinking there that should. There's no way you can tell me all those brass are missing from the team and you're gonna pick them. Nah, I don't.
It's gonna be Pablo Mari and Ben White
Saka show.
against Lukaku.
It's gonna be the Saka show.
Against
The
Lukaku.
Saka Pepe show. Saka.
Pablo
Saka starting on
Mari in the
Sunday.
50 million bench side.
No ways. Look, if
Against
Arsenal
the
get,
beast that is Lukaku.
man, if they get 3 points from if Arsenal get 3 points from this game, obviously Chelsea is gonna hear it from me next Tuesday
That's
or
match
whenever.
fixing. That's match
But
fixing.
like that day, I'm looking forward to the fixtures. It's good to have the EPL back, and yeah, it's just exciting times to be a Chelsea fan. And yeah, let's see what the future holds, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Saka's
But
gonna
gents, I want to thank
Arsenal
you guys.
like he carried England in the Euros.
Please, man.
Let's see. I hope you're right, my brother. I hope you're right. But again, love to you, legends, for coming on. As always, it's always therapeutic. I feel much better about my week after speaking to you guys. So love for you guys for coming on. Love to all of you in the comments. You know what to do. Slap a like if it's your first time watching. Subscribe to the thing. We'll be here every week. Obviously, things will come out published whenever we're gonna do the show. We try to let you guys know a day in advance, but obviously things happen. We have lives and work, and obviously, but of course,
I enjoy
always
the
awesome
impromptu
talking to
ones
you
more.
guys.
Like today, the impromptu that we did today, when you just
The impromptu one, you don't like to prepare.
Today's one was
You
brilliant.
like
I
that one?
enjoyed the shit out of today's one.
The
Because we
spur
didn't
of
have
the
time to
spur of
really
the
think
moment.
about shit. I
Yeah,
grinded.
true. Look, Bradley says Lukaku's stats is even Stevie Wonder can defend him. There was a meme that I saw in the week. I don't know. We all watch White Chicks already. You see where Terry Crews is telling that white chick or guy there, whatever, once you go black, you're gonna need a wheelchair. I saw that exact same meme. So I don't know what's gonna be mad. I hope.
You froze, bro.
Look.
What? I missed that whole
Look
part.
at Davis Freeze, man. Look how he froze. But Kiki Bradley, if you're gonna play against Pablo Mari and you're gonna play against Ben White, I don't think you need a first touch.
Dude.
I think you're tired.
Exactly. We don't even need
Ben
that.
White is a net cut.
Just put the ball in the back of the net. That's all he needs to do.
Did
You know
see
what I
how
mean?
they turned him inside out, Beast? I know it's his first game, and I know we can take nothing about it, no? But Jesus
It's turned
Christ, you
with
guys
like
like
Rashford.
so much.
Rashford
You went
turned
so
him like
erg about Harry Maguire. All of you.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, 80 million, 80 million, 80 million.
Yeah.
Man's brilliant today.
Mm.
Why isn't the same energy going for Ben White and his 50 million price tag? That is
Exactly.
more expensive than Rafael fucking Varane, bruh.
Exactly. Whoa, how much was
Remember, we
Varane?
had this conversation. You
Varane
can't
was
compare the two
41.
because of the English 30
Yes,
million
I
is
understand
English.
that, but if you
So
want to put
don't
it into
say-
context, Mister, if you want to put it into context, it's difficult to wrap your head around. It's
Yeah.
fucking difficult that you're going to charge a team like
But why
Arsenal
is
50
still
million.
cuck? He's still not worth 85 million, regardless of what he does. He will still
The
not
same
be
Sundas on
85 million
Pogba,
worth.
same fucking thing. Same thing. Same
Did I
thing.
lose connectivity?
All of
I
these
was
are
doing my
Sundas.
outro.
Yo, TV, never freeze like that again, bro.
Look at Brad saying that I suck on something. Am I still here?
Never freeze like that again, bro. You gave kracht weg now. You gave kracht weg.
Are you sucking or something?
It did look so. That's a yo. Don't holler that. Ever.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we can.
Can you guys hear me? Oh my word.
Yes.
Yo, sorry. Am I back? Am I back though? My
Yes.
hands, I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Yeah, I was. Yo, look at
got me going,
that.
lad.
Oh, you're sucking on some. I don't know what happened. It's mad. It's mad. But again, gents, once again, thank you for jumping on. You know what to do. Like the thing, share the thing, subscribe to the thing.
I was going to Black Friday.
Benni, and we are out of here.